Okay, let me be serious. Today we are going to do a brief analysis. We are going to compare the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the DC Extended Universe. And we are going to finally figure out why the MCU always seems to triumph over the DCEU. And if you are a DC fan and you're watching this, I have a simple question for you. What is the problem with your universe? What is the problem with you guys in your movies?
What is the problem?
Anyway, like I said, let me be serious. We are going to compare two scenes, and I'm going to give you a simple homework. I want you to tell me what the problem is. I want you to examine the empirical evidence for yourself and tell me whether I'm a hater. You DC fan with your big head. Let me go to the first scene. Okay, this is an old movie. BVS, Batman vs Superman. The big three of the Justice League are facing Doomsday. If you're wondering what Doomsday is, this monster. Wait, someone has appeared to save Batman. Yeah, Wonder Woman's appearance obviously shocked everyone. Like I said, if you're wondering what or who Doomsday is a monster from Krypton. He somehow shares genetic similarities with Superman. That's why you can see him shooting laser from his eyes and flying and having some form of supernatural strength. Wait, did you guys see Superman's appearance? I want you to note something about his flight skills. Superman's flight ability is somehow underrated. I want you to notice something. There is some form of friction between him and the clouds, leading to a thunderstorm. Then he breaks the sound barrier, leading to an immense impact with Doomsday, then a nuclear reaction. Now, that mushroom explosion is from the nuclear plant because something about Doomsday is he absorbs energy whenever you try to fight him. He's somehow similar with MCU's Hulk. Hulk doesn't absorb energy, but the more you fight him, the more he becomes more aggressive. More aggressive, whatever. There's something I have to admit. When it comes to exaggerating action scenes, I'll have to give Zack Snyder that one. I'll have to clap for him. Let's clap. A moment of silence. Okay, there will be no silence. A moment to clap for Zack Snyder. There is something else I also want you to notice. The first time Wonder Woman and Superman meet, they have some form of coordination. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. You judge for yourself. Then did you guys notice that Wonder Woman's sword was able to dissect the car? I don't know whether that sword is made from vibranium. What? Okay. This is an old movie. I've watched this scene several times, but it always shocks me because I notice new things. Like today I've noticed something very serious. Superman is being given a thorough beating. Superman, I thought you were Kryptonian. What is the problem? Buana, what is the problem? That laser scene was also amazing. When he's comparing Doomsday and Superman's how do you call that ability? Shooting laser from the eyes. I don't know what the noun for that is. Then he turns to Batman. As useless as Batman in this scene, take that to the bank. That's a new simile I've just given to you. Put that in the Oxford Dictionary. As useless as Batman in the scene versus Doomsday. Okay, we have already seen the action, but there is a problem here which I want you to notice. You are the one who is supposed to tell me what the problem is so that I don't look like the hater. I am here to offer myself as a living sacrifice to save the DC Extended Universe. Well, you people like to exaggerate scenes, but there is a problem with your scenes. I'm not talking about the scene in the Bible. I'm talking about scene SCEME. Now let's compare that with the MCU, the big three, what have been waiting for. First, they give you the setup. Okay, to be fair, I did not show you the setup for the DCEU. But there is a reason why I'm showing you this setup. I feel like this one is more relevant.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So these guys, they have a beef with Thanos. They have a bone to pick with Thanos Omondi. So Thanos Omondi decided to eradicate half of the universe in order to control the population. He felt like the earth or the universe or the multiverse was running out of resources, so his solution was to wipe out half of the universe. And so what these three guys are trying to do, they are trying to resurrect their loved ones. There is a reason why I'm giving you that explanation. And these people did not just team up out of nowhere. They first took time to develop these characters, like we understand who Captain America is. It stands for truth and justice. Thor is more of a god with a small g for the religious people. I don't want you to start judging me. He's more of a god and he's full of ego. Okay, you just know that these people lost their loved ones. And now they have a bone to pick with this guy. But there's something I want you to notice about Thanos' character. Thor, first, this has something to do with Thanos. I'm going to explain what Thor did. He first summons Milome before summoning the Stormbreaker. Mjolnir is the hammer and Stormbreaker is the axe. Then he calls lightning from heaven. But I want you to look at Thanos' reaction from all that. You tell me, if you'll still be composed enough to come up with a speech, it only shows that you are a psychopath, or this is not your first rodeo. You are used to such things. You couldn't live with your own faith. Where did that bring you? Back to me. Eish! Wonderful writing. We are able to learn something from these characters without even seeing the violence. Telling you, it's not only about, we don't need senseless violence. Even pronouncing that word is a difficulty because I am so engaged in this. Anyway, this guy is relentless. He brings the best out of you whenever you are fighting him. But the reason why we fear Thor's death in this scene is because we know that we understand the conflict between these two people. Then we were also amazed by Captain America picking up the Mjolnir because it shows that he is now worthy enough to protect the universe. Like they are telling you a bit more about the characters, even using the fight scenes. They don't necessarily use dialogue to communicate with you. If you compare that with the scene from the DCEU, what have you noticed? The DCEU scene was a Powerpuff Girls thing. That to me was a Powerpuff Girls scene. Batman did not even understand the villain. He didn't even understand the villain's ideology, the villain's character. The villain is just a monster which is destroying. It's a CGI monstrosity which is destroying the city. And so it's not really about the ideologies conflicting, but more about the senseless violence. Character goals. Number 2, the villain's ideology. Number 3, how do they conflict to create a plot? Those are the things which I want you to take note of. And that, my friend, is the problem with the DC Extended Universe.